What's up, Met fans? Welcome back. Talking Mets and Rob. How's everybody doing to Mets pregame live? How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope everybody's having a good day. It was a beautiful, beautiful win for our New York Mets. 6-2 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Say what's up in the comments, everybody. Don't forget to hit on that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Say what's up in the chat. Just so you guys know, if you want to support my channel, I got my PayPal and my Venmo up on the chat that is pinned up on the top. If you want to support my channel, please do. It's right there. I really appreciate the support, guys. I'm so close to getting to 1,000 subscribers, which is obviously the ultimate goal into doing what I want to do with this channel big time and bringing more content, more live content, and more videos to you. So I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in to the stream so I can give you an update on the Jeff McNeil Flying Squirrel bobblehead, which I know some of you are asking me about, and I'm going to tell you about it just now. Nelson, how you doing, buddy? What's up, everybody? How you doing? Say what's up in the chat. Let me know how everybody's doing. Got the beer ready for 1,000K. That's what I'm waiting for, too. The last couple of days, subscribers have been just popping on. It seemed like the Chris Bryant video caught some traction, and that's it. That's how, I don't know. It just had a lot of views. Like all of a sudden, I shared it on Reddit, and people got interested in it, and the views went up. Subscribers went up in like 3 days. Pretty cool. So I'm just waiting for more people so everybody can find out exactly what's going on with the Jeff McNeil bobblehead, so I can let you guys know. KP out of the Foxhole bobble. You know? That's a nice one. I like that one, Nelson. So I'm gonna be waiting for a lineup that didn't pop up yet, but that's your pitching matchup for tonight: Marcus Stroman versus Caleb Smith. Obviously, Caleb Smith was with the Marlins, but he went in that deal with the Starlin Marte trade to the Marlins. So Caleb Smith, he's that lefty that we have probably. Hey, Rob, what's up? Happy birthday, Joseph. Happy birthday. Stay young. So, Joseph, I saw your comment. So, I'm doing the video tomorrow. I'm just getting everything ready. I had to get all the names because there was a few more people yesterday that got an entry, so I have to put their names in. I wanted to make sure I gave everybody a full extra day because some people didn't do everything. Cool Spin, how you doing, buddy? Everybody didn't do everything they needed to do. Like I was waiting for somebody. There was a few people that put the comment, liked the video, but forgot to subscribe, or vice versa. And I just want to give everybody that chance because some people were like, oh, I forgot to like the thing, or I didn't put the comment or something like that. So I want to give everybody a chance this time. So I am gonna make the video private by the end of today, and whatever names that I did not put in are not going to be in the drawing. That's it. I think it ended up being like 36 at the moment, and I think there's like 4 or 5 more that I'm just waiting until. I'm going to wait until the Met game starts, and then I'm going to put the rest in the wheel, and then I'm going to do the video like last time. I'm not going to do it live because sometimes the live feed goes off, and I want to make sure that the wheel goes through and everybody sees it, and I'll post the video. And then, I'll leave my email, and I'll make sure they can you can find a way to contact me and everything like that. So just for the people who are coming in, if you want to support my channel, Talkin Mets and Rob, please look at the chat. It's pinned up at the top. My PayPal and Venmo are on the the chat. If you want to support my channel, please do. I really appreciate the support. And as you guys might see, I'm very, very close to the 1,000 subscriber mark, which is the next best thing to get this channel going to the sky or to the moon, which has been very, very popular lately with the stocks. Cool Spin, I'm gonna probably be here until like 6:30 or so. I do got work at around 7:30, so I gotta get ready. I mean, I am ready, but I gotta actually drive to work, so I gotta be in work just like I was yesterday. I was kind of at work while the Mets were playing, so so yeah. Cool Spin. I was looking at my my creator studio, and it showed that, I mean, right now it shows on like the public viewing, it shows like around 9:08, but I'm like in the 9:40 range now. That Chris Bryant video took off on Reddit when I shared it to a Mets subreddit, and there was a lot of people that was like, oh, send me to your channel, send me your videos, or send me the link to your channel, and they want to subscribe. So I was getting involved with that, and I think about 50 people, maybe 60, subscribed to my channel like in 2 days. So it was kind of the first time I actually posted a link of my video on Reddit, because sometimes they don't like you to actually, put links up there without like putting any, work into their subreddit, like talking about the Mets and stuff like that. So I didn't want to be rude, and so I was like waiting a little while. So I was like getting involved in the chat, commenting on people and stuff like that. Billy, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing good, man. I'm happy. The Mets is 6 games over 500, first place by 3.5 games, 6 in the loss column. I'm not complaining, man. I'm good. Oh, okay, cool. That's right. Yeah, you know what it was? Certain chat, you know how it is then, Cool Spin. Like sometimes on with some subreddits, they don't like you to just put up links and not like put any like effort into the subreddit. So I don't want to be disrespectful, and I don't want to get banned from a subreddit, because that's a lot of people that can actually click on the link. So like I think it was just the subreddit Mets, just like that, they stopped me from coming into the chat, even though I actually responded to people's comments and put my content on there too. But you know what? I actually spoke to a moderator for New York Mets that has like 45,000 followers. So that's what I did, and they were cool with it as long as I didn't like overdo it, like 2 or 3 links a day or something like that. And I told them usually it's like 1 link a day, so they were cool with it. So that's what happened with that. I mean, I was at like 815 or something like that, and I woke up yesterday and it was like over 900. I'm like, oh shit, But hey, you know what? I'm happy people are supporting me, supporting the channel. I'm trying to do everything I can to get this channel up and running big time, doing what I can do, getting more videos out there. And the better the channel gets is after I hit the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which I hit. I'm just waiting for the 1,000 subscribers, so it's looking good, and it just brings bigger things to the channel, and it helps me put more into it also. Even though I put a lot into it already, but it's a little easier when they give me more options on YouTube. So as of right now, not hit 1,000 subscribers yet, but soon. But I don't know if you guys, but check the chat, guys. On the top of the chat, you can support my channel through PayPal and Venmo. If you want to do that, I really appreciate it. You don't have to. There's no obligation, obviously. But if you want to support my channel, please do. I really appreciate all that support. Obviously, the regulars, you guys are freaking awesome. I love you guys. And just for the people who just came in, I will be doing the Jeff McNeil bobblehead video drawing tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure I got all the names in, because there was a few people who didn't do certain things, and I try to respond to them in the video that they left a comment and say, hey, make sure you do this or make sure you do that, because I want everybody to get the opportunity, because there was a lot of people last time with the jersey that did not do one of the 3 things, and I felt bad because they supported my channel, they watched the video, they probably watched other videos, they probably subscribed, but forgot to like the video or something like that. And I want to be fair for the people who did all the three things, and the people who actually, just missed one thing. I'm not going to fault them. So I just wanted to let them know that, hey, listen, just get it, just make sure you do this, and then we're good to go. Because I want it to be fair for everybody. And it's going to be the exact same thing. The name's going to be in the wheel. It's going to be 2 spins, the winner and the runner-up, just in case the winner does not respond within 72 hours. Same thing as last time, guys. Not so tricky. I'm not going to do it live because if the feed breaks off or something like that, I don't want it to be like, oh, look at that, something happened, or, I don't want it to mess up. So I'd rather do the video, a clear video that everybody can see the winner. And the same way I did it the last time. And the email below will be below the video so you guys can contact me. So right now, guys, obviously the game starts tonight at 9:40. I will be with you until 6:30 tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit on that like button, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, everybody. If you want to support my channel, in the comments, I have my PayPal and my Venmo. I really appreciate the support. If you support my channel, obviously, the more options I have when it comes to YouTube and them giving me more options, I only need 1,000 subscribers, and then this will definitely take off. Yeah, Cool Spin, it's probably 6:40 where you are. It's 9:40 on the East Coast. But yeah, it's 9:40. I double checked it also. It is, hold on. Yes, 9:40. 9:40 tonight. So it's 6:40 for you. The West Coast people got it good sometimes. You get the 4 o'clock games. When it's 7 o'clock here, it's just beautiful for you guys. You guys just don't have a late night, man. I'm jealous. Not just the weather. You just get the early times. I was at work yesterday and I was trying to watch the game and I was listening to the game and it was just crazy. And tonight I got to do the same thing. I got to go to work, listen to the game, watch some of the game, and go from there. Oh, no, the game's at 9:40 Eastern time. So we all have to suffer, Cool Spin. We all got to suffer. So I'm waiting for a lineup. I mean, I know it's like 4 hours away, but yesterday the lineup was like already up, but it's not up yet. So just waiting for the good news. But nothing yet. But that is your pitching matchup for today. Let's see if the Stro Show got it again. SoCal, what's up? Yo, so, you know what? SoCal, listen, I'm jealous, man. I mean, to have every game no later than like, all right, if the game starts at like 10:40 or something like that, it's still like 8 o'clock, like 7:40 at night. It's perfect. Like it, you can still go to bed by like 11:30 if it's a 9-inning game, man. You're just good. So the people for just tuning in, thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit that like button, guys. If you're just tuning in, guys, I will be doing the Jeff McNeil bobblehead giveaway drawing tomorrow. So look out for that video. Obviously, if you haven't yet, please go to that video. Do those 3 things that I say in the video so you can enter to win the Jeff McNeil bobblehead. And obviously, whoever wins, just like the Mets 1987 road jersey, I will send it to you, no cost. It is free. It's just because you guys support my channel, and I love you guys, and I really appreciate it. But once again, in the chat, at the top of the chat, if you want to support my channel, I got my PayPal and my Venmo up there. If you want to support my channel, please do. I really appreciate it. If you don't, I'm not going to fault you. There's no obligation, but it's just an option to support my channel until I actually got the donations up on YouTube when I get that option after I hit 1,000 subscribers. So it's just a little thing that you could do to support my channel if you want to. I really appreciate it. So, guys, what do you think about the game last night? Pete Alonso with the 2-run homer, got the 4 RBIs. Jacob deGrom, what else is new? Awesome. Got a base hit, got an RBI. Let's give a kudos to Kevin Pillar. Only 2 weeks ago, he gets hit with a 95 miles per hour fastball, breaks his nose, has no surgery to repair it, and comes back in the batter's box and gets a freaking hit. His first at bat, coming in for defensive purposes in the night and gets an at bat. Now, I don't care how big your balls are or how big of a tough guy you are. Anybody who gets hit in the face in baseball, I never did. I've got hit in the neck, in the back, in the knees, in the legs, the feet. But when you get hit in the face, there's a whole mentality that you have to get up in that plate and take another 98 miles per hour fastball and not flinch. And he did it with flying colors. Even the ball that the first pitch he threw inside, he barely flinched. And then he got the base hit. And like, that's just a guy who's hard-nosed, who loves the game and knows it's part of the game and things happen like that. And just to go into the batter's box, just to not even flinch is a accomplishment. And this guy got a base hit. I wouldn't be surprised if Pilar is actually playing and starting tonight. You know, he does wear that makeshift mask on the field. I'm surprised he don't wear it when he's hitting. But, hey, kudos to Pilar. A couple of people just tuned in. Let me give him a shout out. NG, how you doing, buddy? Randy, how you doing? Randy, absolutely. I only started doing live streams about 3 months ago, maybe around January or February. That's 4 months ago, right? Around February, January or February. I think it was February during spring training. That's when I actually got a lot more people because what it does, Randy, you're on, say if you're on for like an hour, hour and a half, there's always somebody who's going to click on your thumbnail and say, oh, let's see what's going on. And even if they don't stay long, they still click your video, your stream. And what it does, it gives you the impression rate that the click rate is higher. And that's important because more people will see it. The more people click, the more people like. And even if the people stay for like 30 seconds, some people just like to see what it's about, click the like button and leave. As long as they hit that like button or just checked it out or clicked on it, that gives the stream a little bit more of a boost when it comes to the search for people to find your video or to find your channel. You know, it might not be the live stream. They might catch it after you finish your live stream. They might catch the replay, but then they're like, oh, you know, this person's cool. You know, I like his channel. Let me check his other videos. And that's how you get subscribers. So I probably got, I think, 250. I have to look at my data, but I think it's like 250 subscribers just on live streams. So I would do live streams, Randy. But make sure you never do the live stream like right away. Make sure you schedule a later time so you can prepare people to see your thumbnail so they know what's going to happen, so they can either subscribe, hit on the bell, or press the like button so it goes out to more people before you even get live. So yeah, I think, Randy, it's a good idea to actually do a live stream. You don't have to do it all the time, depending on your content and, you know, depending on what you're doing for the day. If you want to do a pregame, you want to do just a Mets Talk Live or whatever you want to do with your channel, just do it. And you know what? Some people might like it. Some people might come in your chat and be assholes. But at the end of the day, it's what you like to do, and that's all that matters. You can do see like what I do with my thumbnails. I actually get pictures like they're playing in Arizona, they're playing at Chase Field. I usually do PowerPoint. I put the picture in PowerPoint, and you know I stretch it out, and then I put the logos of the teams, and then whatever the title I want it to be, Mets pregame or Mets Talk Live or whatever you want to put as your title. And then make it look, you know, appealing so people want to click on it. So there's 12 people in the stream right now. I want to say what's up to everybody who's tuning in. If you haven't already, hit on that like button, guys. If you're new to the channel, thank you guys for tuning in for Talkin' Mets and Rob. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Just so you guys know, in the chat at the top, I got my Venmo and my PayPal. If you want to support the channel, please do. If you don't want to, that's okay too. There's no obligation. I'm just giving you the option if you want to. So I'm getting ready to go over 1,000 subscribers. So then the donation part can come in to the chat. I know you guys seen it before, those donation things, but I'm allowed to do it soon, as soon as I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. But I am allowed to have you guys support my channel through PayPal or Venmo. So if you want to do that, please do. There's no obligation. I just wanted to let you know that it's there. If you want to, go ahead. I really appreciate it. And again, another update on the Jeff McNeil bobblehead giveaway. I will be doing it tomorrow, so watch out for that video. Obviously, I'm going to spin it twice in that big wheel. If the first one is the winner and the second one is the runner-up, if the winner doesn't respond within 72 hours to my email that I put there under the video, then the runner-up gets the prize. That's how I did it with the jersey last time. That's how I'm going to do it with the bobblehead. And right after the bobblehead, I'm going to do another video for that David Wright rookie card with the mini med helmet encased in a glass, in a plastic thing that I showed you guys a couple of weeks ago. That'll be the next one. And then when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a bigger giveaway. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Maybe it'll be the jacket that I remember Fernando talked about, but it might be the jacket. It might be, the only thing with the jacket is that I haven't worn it in a long time. So I have to take it to the dry cleaners so I can get the, like when it's in the closet a long time, they get like a little, little stuff on it. So it's in plastic, but it's still, it's been there a while. So I would take it to the cleaners and get it, cleaned up and everything like that. I might do that, or maybe I'll just give Met tickets giveaway, maybe a 2-seater, something like that. I'm not sure yet, but I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do, because it is hard, because it's hard to give Met tickets when people who are not in New York, who can't go to a game. That's not fair to some people. If you win it, what the hell are you gonna do with the tickets besides sell them? So I'm gonna come up with an idea and I'll let you guys know. So guys, what do you think of the game last night? Let me know in the chat. All I know is that I was pumped that the lineup is actually getting closer and closer to being healthy. Obviously, Jeff McNeil and Michael Conforto can be back until the end of the month. But the good news is Pete Alonso came back with, like, he never left. I mean, the power, it's just the middle of the lineup looks whole when Pete Alonso's in that lineup. I mean, and I know somebody said it in the chat, but let me just see who did it. I think. Let's see. Let me try to find it really quick. I want to give this shout out to somebody who said that, but let me see. I can't find it. I'm not sure who it was, but somebody talked about Billy McKinney. 2 home runs with the Mets already. He had another bomb yesterday. I mean, that's a great pickup by Sandy. I mean, anybody could have had him. And the Mets picked him up for basically nothing. And that's great. I mean, he's been good. He's solid defensively. He's got pop. And, I've been saying it for a while. The Mets need some pop in this lineup. Now Pete Alonso came back and gave that power. And then McKinney as well. Nice to see. Randy, you can use Pixar. Yes. SoCal, sorry, I missed your comment. Rob, the Cubs are looking solid. What do you think they will do with their upcoming? You know what? Obviously, I did the video with Chris Bryant, and I talked about the Cubs probably trading him. And they got multiple guys that are free agents, obviously Baez and Bryant. The Cubs have looked good, and I'm not expecting the Cubs to just give away players when they have the opportunity to win the division. But again, there's still a long season to go. But it was more about the Mets and who the Mets can possibly pry away from a team than what the Cubs were willing to trade. And you know what? If the Cubs keep on playing good, they're not going to trade anybody. At least I don't think so. Maybe they'll do that one more run before they lose their guys for the World Series. But again, it's up to the mentality of the organization. If the organization doesn't think this team is World Series capable, maybe in the front office, behind the scenes, they don't think they're a World Series contender. And if a team offers the Cubs something they can't refuse, you have to think about it, because they have to think about their future. Because the last thing they want is to make, even if they make the playoffs and say lose in the first round, and they don't trade Brian or Baez, they lose the chance of getting players back and losing them as well. Yeah, they'll get they'll get a draft pick, but at the end of the day, that draft pick is 3-4 years away. So, is that something that they're going to wait for? I don't know. Let me just check one thing, see if anything's going on. Alrighty. Bill said Billy Bombs. That's awesome. Just give me 1 second, guys. Alrighty. All right, guys. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to support my channel, this is what you have to do. If you want to support my channel, on PayPal or on Venmo, it's the opportunity to support the channel, just like donations that they have for YouTube for the chat, the super chats, and all that. At the moment, I can't do it just yet because I didn't hit 1,000 subscribers, but you can do it through PayPal and Venmo. If you want to support my channel, please do. I really appreciate it if you do. If you don't, I still appreciate you for supporting my channel. No obligation. I'm just letting you guys know that you can support my channel if you want to through these ways at the moment. And as soon as I can get them super chats up, I will do that. And I do appreciate all that support, guys. So let me check your comments really quick, guys. See what's going on. Yeah, Bill, you know what? I agree. Oh man, you came into town for that series, for that game? Oh, that sucks. Let's see, between the Phillies, Jays, or Dodgers. It's always fun with the Dodgers, to be honest. I love the Dodger series because there's always a lot of Dodger fans there, and it's always good going back and forth with them. I do a Dodger series. I like going to those games. Philly's obviously the rivalry, but the Phillies look like they're dead to rights, to be honest. I don't know. The Dodger series, the series would look really good, in my opinion. That's right, Nelson. Good call on that. July 30th is the trade deadline. I'm calling it the Sandy Alderson deadline because look, it's looking like if you look at if I can pull it up, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can just pull it up really quick. I know I'm losing it out right now. Sorry about that. All right. So it's not letting me do it at the moment, but that's okay. Obviously, you guys, we're 3.5 games in first place behind in front of the Braves. But if you look at the loss column, we're 6 games ahead in the loss column, 9 behind the Phillies. And even it's like, I think it's, let me see. Let me just give you the exact number really quickly. All right, here we go. All right, so the Mets are 6 games ahead in the loss column. Yep, with Atlanta, 9 with the Phillies, 8 with Miami, and also 9 with the Washington Nationals. So that's a big thing. And a lot of people sometimes just look at the games back, but in the loss column, that's a lot of ground to make up. So that basically means the Mets, even if they go 500 in June, say, the Atlanta Braves have to be 6 games over 500 just to be tied for the Mets for first place. And for the Phillies, they need to be 9 games over 500. And it doesn't look like they're going to do that. I mean, it's possible, but that's if the Mets play 500 ball. If the Mets play any better than that, now it's more games that the teams behind us. That's why everybody talks about, oh, it's only April. April can lose you a division. April can destroy your season, no doubt about it. So when people feel like it's only April, it's only 30 games. No. It's things like this where when you're ahead in the first couple of months, it helps you later on if you have a little bit of a slump. And that's what's it's so important to realize is that games in April matter just like they do in July and August and September. Because when you have a lead and you got to remember the Mets are playing at, what is it? They have like a 10-game difference because the Mets played like 10 games less than 8, 9, 10 games less than everybody else in the division because of all the rainouts and the postponements. So you have to look at it. Like we play Atlanta a doubleheader this month, and I think we play Washington this month a doubleheader. So that's games also that we have in hand against these other teams. These other teams played, the Braves, the Phillies, the Nationals, they played 8, 9, 10 games more than us. Maybe it's 11. I have to do the exact count, but it's around that. It's around 7 to 11 games that we have in hand because we haven't played yet. So that's another thing. If we win, even if we go 500 or say 6-5 or 5-6 in those games, that still leaves the Phillies and the Braves still having to play 3, 4, 5 games over 500 baseball just to catch us in the division. And that's if the Mets only go 500. So if the Mets go better than 500, these teams are not catching us. That's why it's so important to get off to a good start. And it's always annoying for me when people say, oh, it's only April. Yeah, but April can lose you a division. We've seen it with the Mets time and time again. The Mets put themselves in a hole in April, May, and June. Then they have to fight back the last 4 months of the season. And it's a grind. And you know what? Now you have to win that game. So now you have to put that extra bullpen guy in. And it's bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot better playing ahead than playing to catch up, obviously. But, some people, think that just because it's April, you don't got to win games and it's not the end of the world. Yeah, you can say that. But at the end of the day, it is the end of the world because when it comes down to it, every game matters. And it shows already. The Mets are ahead in the loss column by 6 games. That's a huge difference. Even though we're only 3.5 games ahead of the Braves, the loss column is the big one right there. Absolutely, Billy. I'm going to put that comment right up there. The fact that this team is 26-20 right now is mind-blowing. Absolutely. This team could have easily fell apart, went on a losing streak, lost first place, be under 500. Because remember, after that Tampa series, we were like, what, 1 game over 500? And we were like, uh-oh, here it comes. But they never got under 500. They never got at 500. It was always 1 game over, and then they kept on going. And it just shows that when you have a solid bench and a veteran bench, this is what can happen. Even when the veteran bench got hurt with Almora, Guillermo, Pilar, when those guys got hurt, the younger guys stepped up from the minors and did their job. They weren't great. They weren't hitting the balls all over the yard, but they were getting the clutch hits. They were playing good defense. And baseball is an easy sport to understand. When you have pitching and defense, you're in every game. And that's what the Mets did. The Mets played solid defense, and they were pitching well. And that's why a lot of the games they won were 2-1, 3-1, 1-0. That's the reason why this team is where they are. Because they played good defense, and they pitched well. And there's no other reason why this team is at this point. Because if this team did not pitch well or play bad defense, this record wouldn't be what it is right now. And it's kudos to the bench mob. It's kudos to the minor league bench mob. And it's kudos to the people we brought in. And we're just going to call them the mob, the free agent mob. You know what I'm saying? The McKinneys of the world, the Mabins of the world, the Juries of the world, those guys that basically just came into the team. Obviously Mabin just got DFA'd and Tovar just got DFA'd as well. But they still contributed. Mabin with the defense. Jory with big home runs and can play multiple positions. Obviously, McKinney came in, played good defense, can play all 3 outfielder positions, so he's versatile. And he already has 2 home runs with the Mets in 3 or 4 games? This is what makes a championship team. And not saying that the Mets are going to win the World Series. Obviously, you want to be confident as a Met fan because this team is showing you the heart that they have and the depth that they have. But you always see it with teams throughout the year, the championship teams, what they went through, the injuries, how they stayed afloat. Even with the Dodgers, even though it was only 60 games, they had a couple of injuries. Their pitching staff wasn't pitching well. They got injured. Their lineup looked a little different, but with COVID, everything like that. But they settled down in the playoffs. They got healthy and they went right through to the World Series, beating the Rays. So you see it every year. The team that wins the World Series always goes through an adversary, and then what they do, they have a little bit of a problem with injuries or not playing well, but they find a way to play 500 ball that month that keeps them in line for at least close to the division or still in the division lead because they had a hot April and May. And obviously 26-20 is not hot, but it's still very good. And to have a very good to really good April and May going into June, it gives this team a little bit of a chance if they go into a little bit of a small losing streak, like 3 or 4 games. It's not the end of the world because then the Atlanta Braves, the Philadelphia Phillies, they have to go on a 5, 6, 7 game winning streak just to catch us in the loss column. And that's such a big deal, guys. And that's why it's always great to be ahead than to try to fight and get to catch these teams, such as the Braves or the Phillies. But now they have to catch us. And you know what? It's not going to be easy because they have not been playing well. Yep, Nelson, exactly. In June, we have the Atlanta Braves. We have a doubleheader. I think it's the 20-something against the Braves. I was looking at because I wanted to go to that game, but I'm going to check it right now. Let me see. I believe it's okay. It's June 21st. We have a doubleheader. It's a Monday against the Braves. That's a 4-game series now. And then that same week, the 25th, we have a doubleheader against the Phillies on a Friday. That's a 4-game series. They're all at home. So that's good. So we got a tough schedule in the month of June. After Arizona, we got to play 4 in San Diego, which is going to be tough. But we do got our big guns pitching in those matchups. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So Stroman's going to pitch if everything works out, everybody stays on rotation. Stroman's probably going to pitch the last game of the series in San Diego. DeGrom will probably pitch before him. Then it will be Peterson, or Peterson might go tomorrow. I'm not sure. But Walker, DeGrom, and Stroman are going to pitch in that series in San Diego. So that's good. So that means we have a shot. You know what I'm saying? We got our boys back, most of them. Obviously we're still waiting for Carrasco to come back. But, man, oh, man. This rotation is so damn solid. We got Tyrone Walker with the second best ERA in the NL. I mean, this guy, he has a 1.85 ERA. We got DeGrom with a sub-1 ERA. It's like, 0.68 now? I mean, Jesus. Stroman's like a 2.3 ERA. It's amazing. And if they can continue to pitch like this team is going to be hard to beat because they're going to keep them to 2, 3 runs a game, which with this team getting more healthy, we see what these bats can do when they're healthy. Obviously, Pete Alonso with 4 RBIs. He is a big key to this lineup. And obviously, I'm not breaking news here. Pete Alonso is a big deal in this lineup. And, Dominic Smith hasn't been playing great. Lindor's starting to hit a little bit. He got 2 hits yesterday, but he's contributing. That's what we need from these guys. And you can't say enough about the bench mob, the secondary bench mob, the minor league bench mob, the free agent bench mob. Everybody who came into this team has played a part in this team being 6 games over 500. And it's great. We got Pilar back. We got Alonso back yesterday. Lugo is back. It's just a lot of good things happening to this team. And they stayed afloat when all these guys were down. When we had 17 guys on the IL, now it's down to like 14, 13 now. JD Davis is going through a rehab stint right now. He could be back probably sometime next week. That's great. So JD Davis is going to be back, which is going to be very interesting, though, because it's going to be very hard to take either VR or Peraza out of this lineup. I don't think VR is going to come out of this lineup. I think VR is going to go to second, and Davis is going to go to third, and Peraza is going to be on the bench. It's unfortunate because Peraza has been great for us defensively, and he hasn't been excellent offensively, but he's been pretty good. He's hit big home runs. He had big RBIs. In that series again, last week, he won the 2 games against the last series. He won 2 games against the Rockies with his home runs and his clutch RBIs. So it's awesome. Lindor looks like he's slowly getting back, which is nice, but he's got to keep on going. I mean, he's not going to probably hit over 270 this year unless he bats 400 the rest of the year. I'll take it if he does, but again, I don't think he's going to do that. But all he needs to start contributing. It's June now. Let's go. It's starting to get warm. I don't want to hear no more. I mean, he hasn't been getting – I'll give him credit. He hasn't made any excuses, but he's got to get going. This team is not going to go anywhere without him, so we need him to get going. So, guys, for the people who are just tuning in, please hit on that like button. Thank you guys for tuning in to Talkin' Mets with Rob. If you're new to the channel, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Just so you guys know, in the top of the chat, if you want to support my channel, I got my PayPal and my Venmo up. If you want to support my channel, please support the channel through those 2 areas, PayPal and Venmo, until I can get the super chats up and the donation chat up. Until that time, I will be just doing the PayPal and Venmo until that moment. There's no obligation to do so, obviously, but if you want to support my channel, please do. The more support I get, the more this channel is going to do great. The more things I can do to this channel, the more options I can do with this channel. And that means greater content, better live streams, more live streams, longer live streams, everything in that nature to bring you the content that I hope you guys enjoy all the time. And as you guys always know, I always appreciate the support. I couldn't have done it without you guys, obviously, but I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. And an update on the Jeff McNeil bobblehead giveaway. Today is the last day. If you haven't entered, please check out that Jeff McNeil bobblehead giveaway video so you can find out how to enter to win. Tomorrow is the drawing. I will be doing the drawing tomorrow, and I will post a video of the drawing of the wheel so you guys can see who wins and who is the runner-up, just in case the winner does not contact me. So if you haven't yet, please go to that video so you can check it out, figure out, know how to enter to win so you don't miss out on another giveaway. So let me check the comments really quick, guys. Randy says, great game. Mason Williams, he's another one. Yeah, you know what? It's going to be very hard to take these guys out of the lineup because they're producing. To be honest, I don't know where Nimmo's going to be. I mean, I don't know if Nimmo's coming back anytime soon. But at the end of the day, we got a replacement right now. McKinney looks really well. And then Pilar just came back. So Nimmo, I think they're going to take their time with Nimmo even more because we got McKinney who's producing and Pilar who's back. So I think they're going to take their time with Nimmo. I wouldn't be surprised if Nimmo don't come back until July. And obviously that's the same amount of time Conforto and McNeil are going to come back. So with JD Davis probably coming back next week, Mets Nation, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Mets Nation for tuning in. Even with JD Davis coming back soon, I think VR is going to be moved over to second base because you want JD Davis's bat in the lineup. He's going to play third. And Peraza is probably going to go to the bench. Obviously, that sucks because Peraza has been keeping this team afloat for a month and a half. But you know what? When the guys come back, you got to take these guys out for the most part. And you can't take out Villar and put him on the bench because he's been solid. So Villar is going to go to second. Davis is going to go to third, and Peraza is on the bench. What makes that bench more stronger? So that's not so much of a bad thing. Mets Nation, thank you for tuning in. Hit on that like button, buddy. If you want to support my channel, look at the top of the chat. I got my PayPal and Venmo if you want to support my channel. It's similar to a super chat, but at the moment, I don't have the subscribers as of yet. I will very, very soon because I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers. But at the moment, to support my channel with donations, please check out the top of the chat, and my PayPal and my Venmo is up there if you want to support the channel. I really do appreciate it. Obviously, there's no obligation to do so. I appreciate the support if you do. And as always, guys, I appreciate it. So let me go through the comments really quick. Billy Bonds was a solid trade. Absolutely, Billy. Yeah, Nelson, exactly. I think Billy also talked about it too. McKinney is Billy Boy. We're going to call him Billy Boy. I like that name. And he's a lefty, so I like him even more because I'm a left-handed hitter. Billy Boy is versatile. And even though his average, he don't hit for high average, he got power, and you've seen it. He hit a shot to the Coca-Cola corner in City. He hit a shot in Chase Field last night. It's beautiful. And that's what we need. We need pop in this lineup. And McKinney's look good, and he can play defense. And can't ask for what we got from right now. Yeah, Bill, Taijuan Walker I wanted Taijuan Walker over any other free agents that were there. I thought Walker was a gem. He's been injured the last 2 years, but he's pitched so well when he's healthy. And the way he pitched last year for Toronto and Seattle was just awesome. And it was a huge pickup. And good for Walker, because when he's healthy, he can pitch well. And it was a gamble to get Walker. To give him a 2-year deal for somebody who hasn't been healthy in 2 years. I mean, I know it was Tommy John surgery and it was a shoulder issue and everything like that, but that's a risk. But the Mets made a good call, because they could have easily went the other route, like the Yankees did with Taillon and Kluber. The Mets could have went the Kluber route also. They didn't do that. So, you got to give him, the Odorizzi was another one who's been pitching okay, but he hasn't been great. He hasn't been better than Walker. Nobody's really been better than Walker. So Walker's been a great addition to this rotation. Obviously we got him for another year next year, which is key because we don't know about Stroman and Syndergaard. It's looking more and more that if Syndergaard comes back late August, no matter, and when he comes back, if he comes back in late August, Syndergaard is not going to pitch 6-7 innings. They're going to slowly bring him back, and he's going to pitch like 5 innings. So there's not much for teams to see health-wise and performance-wise. So the Mets have a good chance at Syndergaard taking that qualifying offer that the Mets will probably offer him, before when they become a free agent. They're probably going to give him a qualifying offer, and he might take that $19-20 million, whatever it might be. Because, I don't think Syndergaard is going to get more than that on the open market coming off of Tommy John surgery, where teams haven't seen a performance yet and don't know if he's 100% healthy. So a lot of teams might not take that chance, even though he's young. So you never know. Syndergaard might take a show me type of deal, which is taking that qualifying offer just like Stroman did this year. If Syndergaard takes that qualifying offer, now we got Syndergaard for a year who has a show me deal. And that's a big reason why Stroman's performing this year, because he's on a show me, took in that qualifying offer for 18.9. Michael, how you doing, buddy? So that's a big deal. And the same thing with Conforto. If Conforto's going to miss 2 months, there's a lot of teams that are going to be wary of a guy who's missed a lot of time with a hamstring. I still think Conforto's going to get offered a contract to other teams, but the Mets should be smart enough to actually try to extend them now or soon. But it gives the Mets the opportunity to maybe save some money with Syndergaard and Conforto, because these guys have been hurt and the performance have not been there. And the contracts they were expecting probably at the beginning of the year, they're probably not going to get unless Conforto comes back and just lights the world on fire. Then that's a different story. But with Syndergaard, I would not be surprised if Syndergaard says, listen, I'm not going to get $19 million on the open market from probably any team, including the Mets. So why not let me take that qualifying more offer of 18.9 or whatever it might be. It might be higher than that next year. And take that, and you know what? He's not going to cry about $19 million. And that's a show me deal where he can perform well, be healthy, have a full spring training, show he's still got it. He's still young. And then go for the big contract just like Stroman's doing this year. Michael, absolutely. Right before you came, we were talking about the defense with McKinney and everywhere, actually. The defense and the pitching has kept us in all these games. And it's a big reason why we're at 6 games over 500. It's been all about the pitching, and it's been all about the defense. Not really the offense, even though there's been a lot of clutch hits. And listen, baseball is an easy sport to understand. Pitching and defense win championships. No matter what happens during the year, during the season, it always comes down to pitching and defense that always finds a way to win the World Series. We saw what happened with the Mets in 2015 in the World Series with Kansas City. They weren't the best hitting team, but what they did, the Mets weren't the greatest defensive team in 2015. They put the ball in play. They let the Mets make mistakes. And you've seen it. The teams that don't play good defense are the teams that usually don't win a World Series. It's very rare, if at all. And what Kansas City did well was pitch well and play great defense. And the Mets did not have great defense in that series. And it cost us probably 2 games. So that's the big deal about this team. Now, again, when J.D. Davis comes back, J.D. Davis is going to be under some pressure. If J.D. Davis does not perform defensively, he will hit. But if J.D. Davis does not perform defensively, I'm telling you right now, J.D. Davis will go on the bench, VR will go back to third, and Peraza will go back to second base. Because you can't afford to have bad defense with an offense that has not been scoring a lot of runs. You can't have that. And I would not be surprised it'd be a quick trigger to put VR back at third and Peraza back at second and J.D. Davis on the bench. That's it. Benjamin, what's up, buddy? How you been doing? Lindor's starting to heat up. Hell yeah. It's been slowly progressing. He got the home run the other day, the 2 hits. He got 2 hits last night. Looking good. Nelson, another fresh arm. Absolutely. Yeah, Bill, you know what? That's a good point. I'm going to throw up your comment really quick because that's a really good point. Everybody was excited about McWilliams in spring training because he has a live arm. Powerful. We saw it. He was throwing 97, 98 miles per hour, but his command of the strike zone, he was very wild. That's not a recipe for a guy that's going to be good in the bullpen. And he wasn't pitching well in the minors, and the Mets said, listen, we love his arm, but if he's not going to command the strike zone, you can't have this guy part of a AAA team who can possibly come up and help this bullpen, and this guy can't find the plate. And you know what? Sometimes you got to cut your losses to add somebody else to the 40-man. And that's what the Mets been doing. And you know what? The Mets and Sandy Alderson and Zach Scott have not hesitated to DFA players off the 40-man to make room for guys like McKinney and other players that came in, the Drurys of the world, stuff like that. They're not afraid to DFA guys. Sometimes the Mets held on to guys way too long, and we've seen it in years past, and wait until this team is slumping, and then they start making moves. They didn't wait this time. This team needed help. They got the help. To make room for the 40-man, they had to make tough decisions, like the Sean Reed Foley decision to bring him down, and to bring Reed Foley to make room for Lugo. People were upset about that, but at the end of the day, you're putting him down. When you bring somebody down from the minors to the minors, you can't bring them back for 10 days. But you're losing Reed Foley for 10 days, but you're gaining Lugo. So it's not a bad move because in 10 days, Foley's going to be back on his team in the bullpen. Who's going to go down? Well, whoever doesn't perform. Maybe Drew Smith is the one that's going to go back down. You got to look who also has options to go back down as well. The Drew Smiths of the world, players like that. So, and Foley's been really good this year, with this start. He never started the game, but coming in, pitching 2-3 innings, he's been a solid addition to this bullpen. So in probably a week, you'll probably see Shonen Foley back up. Let me check the comments really quick. It's coming in quickly here. Doran Straw have egos. Good. Yeah. But you know what? Like I said, I always have no problem eating my words. What I say before the season. I did not like the attitude of Stroman because in 2019, his cocky attitude wasn't up to par with his performance. He wasn't good in 2019. And in 2020, the same thing. He never pitched, but during spring training, before he opted out, the cockiness was just at an all-time high, and he hasn't done nothing. Now, I don't mind the cockiness and, the showing off in his big ego because he's pitching well. And I don't care when guys have big egos and is showing that big energy when you're performing. But when you're not performing, don't talk a big game. Because if you're pitching poorly, I don't want to hear how I know my pitches are great. I know what I do before my outings, my starts and everything like that. Nobody wants to hear that when you're pitching poorly. When you're pitching well, fine, talk a big game. And I will eat my words. I said I did not like Stroman. I was like, damn, he took that big offer, and I didn't think Stroman deserved the $18.9 million qualifying offer. But he's earning every penny right now. And I give him all the credit in the world. And not many people will eat their words that said that people, because there was a lot of people, including myself, that did not like Stroman. And I was one of them. And I will eat my words, and I'll say it live on YouTube, on my channel. I will eat my words. Stroman made me eat my words. But again, it's only 2 months. He's got to perform the whole year. This can't be a 2 months, really great performance and then struggle the rest of the year. He's got to do it the whole year. He was talking a big game like DeGrom, and he didn't pitch well until these first 2 months. So, but again, and Syndergaard, the same thing. He talks a big game, but he hasn't pitched well. But if he pitches well, everybody's gonna love that big talk and that big cocky ego. Let's see. Let me check the comments really quick, guys. Sorry, there's a lot coming in. I just got to catch up. Michael says we're gonna have a strong bench when the regulars come back. Absolutely, why not? Nelson said Nimmo trade bait. At this point, no, only because he hasn't played in like a month, and with that nerve issue that he has, why would any team want him at this moment? Because there's no guarantee he's gonna play. That with that nerve issue can pop up at any moment. And I don't know if teams are going to take Nimmo as like one of the centerpieces of a trade, especially if a big piece is coming back. I don't think they're really going to risk making him a part of the package when a guy you just don't trust being healthy. And that's what sucks, because right now I think Nimmo is expendable, but I don't know what team will actually take him, Nelson. We'll see Lugo tonight. Well, hopefully we don't see Lugo tonight and Stroman pitches 9 innings. That'd be nice. Let me check. I see there's someone else new to the live stream. Legendary Watermelon. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Legendary Watermelon. Legendary Watermelon, please hit on that like button. If you're new to my channel, hit on that subscribe button. I really appreciate that support. And let me give a shout out to him. Let me post his comment on the screen. I like the new claim, something that would never happen with the Wilpons. That's a great comment. Legendary Watermelon, great comment. Absolutely. The claim that I'm assuming he's talking about, and you can just type in the comments if I'm wrong. This team has a different vibe. The bench players that we got, I don't know if the Wilpons would have gave that extra push to whoever was the GM, even though it might have not been Sandy. But if the Wilpons were here, would they would have want to give that extra few $1,000,000 for the bench that we have, the veteran bench, or anything else? Would they would have gave that $20 million to Taiwan Walker? Would they even give a qualifying offer to Stroman? Imagine if they didn't give the qualifying offer to Stroman. I mean, Stroman might not be a Met. So it's a good point by Legendary Watermelon that the new claim and the new ownership just brought a different aspect to this team. Not even just the money, just the aura around this team is great. And absolutely, that's a great comment. And that's the biggest thing. And I love the fact that they went the extra mile to get the guys that they wanted. Peraza, VR, and Pilar could all be starting on a team in the major leagues. But because of the way Major League Baseball is now and all these analytics, these guys are not getting starting jobs or contracts to start on teams because of these analytics, because they might be declining in their numbers a little bit. VR only 2 years ago was an all-star for Baltimore. And he played every day, had a lot of home runs, had a lot of stolen bases. So these guys can start on other teams and nobody even gave him anything. And it shows the different aura around this Mets team that Pilar, VR, Peraza wanted to be a part of something that they thought was going to be great, even if it was on the bench. And look what happened. They got opportunities and every one of them performed. If it was defensively, offensively, defensively, everything. Pilar, obviously, is a grinder. Great guy to have on the bench. VR has been excellent defensively, and God knows how many big hits he has for this team. The same thing with Peraza, defensively and offensively. It has been great. So don't forget, guys, if you're just tuning in, if you want to support my channel, those are the ways to do it, through PayPal and Venmo. Until my super chat and my donation chat goes up as an option for YouTube, that's the only way I can get my support of my that you guys can support my channel, through PayPal and Venmo right now. If you want to support my channel with a donation, I really appreciate it if you do. That's the way you do it right there. Just use those links, my email and my Venmo name. You can support my channel. If you don't want to support, give a donation. There's no obligation, obviously. I'm just putting it out there so you guys have the option to do so if you want to. And if you do, I really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. Azam, the game starts at 9:40 Eastern time tonight. Let me see the comments really quick. I think we've all gone back and forth with Stroman. Michael, absolutely. Like I said, if you guys follow me throughout with my channel, especially during the offseason, I was not a fan of Stroman. And I have no problem eating my words. Like I said, Stroman for the first 2 months of the season has shut me up. And I will take that every day. If I say I don't want a guy and I don't think this guy's going to be good, and he shuts me up during the season and performs, I'll take it every time. And Stroman has shut me up. Stroman, for the first 2 months of the season, has shut me up. And I can't complain about it. You know what? Great. He's performing well. But there's still June, July, August, September. There's still 4 more months of the season. So he has to perform the whole season. Because as good as he's been, it can take a total 180 and he can be bad the rest of the year. So let's hope that doesn't happen for our sake and the Mets' sake, because we need him. He's been like a number 2, even though Walker's been like a solid number 2 as well. Let's see. Bill, that's so funny you say that, because with that crazy mess, he does look like Hannibal Lecter a little bit. But you know what? Kudos to Pilar. It's very hard to come back from an injury like that in 2 weeks, let alone at all. I mean, it's amazing, actually. And great for him, to come back and stand in that batter's box and not flinch is amazing. And still, and on top of that, get a hit. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Let's see. Benjamin says, Rob, we play 7 out of our next 13 games. I think 13 or 12 against the Padres, so we need lights out defense. Good teams take advantage of bad defense. Absolutely. Let's see. So we play San Diego after this Arizona series, then we play Baltimore, and then we play San Diego again. So the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the next 10 games or 11 games, if you want to count the next 2 Arizona games. The next 11 games, we play San Diego 7 times. That's what Benjamin said. So that is going to be tough. Obviously, going out to the West Coast is always tough no matter who you play. But 7 games out of the next 11 against one of the best teams in baseball is going to be very tough. The Padres are very good, obviously. Tatis Jr. is a stud. They got great pitching. And you know what? If we can split them 7 games or even go 3 and 4, I take that, to be honest with you, because that's going to be a tough series, obviously, away and home. It's a 4-game series in San Diego, and it's a 3-game series in Citi Field. So that's going to be tough, but we have to take advantage of the teams we're facing. And we got to beat up on Arizona. We got to beat up on Baltimore. Just so that we don't have to worry about taking, go 5-2 against San Diego. But we have to we have to win these games against Arizona. We have to win those games against Baltimore that we face in between them series against San Diego. We have to beat those teams that we're supposed to beat. You know what? Sweep Arizona, sweep the 2-game series against Baltimore, and then go win 3 games against San Diego. What that does, that keeps us 5 or 6 games over 500. Probably still keeps us in the lead in the division. So that's not too bad as well. Yeah, Randy said it. I'm scared San Diego will beat them. Probably. Honestly, they might. But let's be honest. This Mets team has surprised us all year. And I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and beat the Padres too. Because this team's shown time and time again that they can do things that we didn't think they can. And we're getting healthier. We got Lugo back. Alonso's coming back. JD Davis might be back sometime in the San Diego series. So that's great as well. But it's not going to be easy, as you guys know. San Diego's probably the second best team in the league behind the Dodgers. But you know what? You never know. The Mets could somehow pull it out and win series. Like I said, if you can split the series in San Diego and go 2-2 in a 4-game set, I take that. And at home, you never know. We played well at home this year. You never know. We might be going on a hot streak. We might catch the San Diego Padres at the right time and win and take the series. You just never know. Yep, absolutely. You know what? They're a tough team, but they are beatable. Every team in the league is beatable. That's an obvious statement, but the biggest thing here is that if you continue to pitch well and you continue to play good defense, you're going to be in every game. I think our team ERA is under 3. In that San Diego series, we got all our big guys. DeGrom is going to pitch the last game of the series in San Diego if they stay on rotation. Stroman's going to pitch, I believe, in that series as well. Maybe. He might miss it, but you will have Walker, and you might have Stroman. If I'm not mistaken, I have to look at it. Let me see. Stroman pitches tonight, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Stroman will pitch the last game of the San Diego series, which is a Sunday. The Saturday game, DeGrom will pitch. Walker will pitch that Friday, and Peterson, I don't know if Peterson is pitching tomorrow. No, Peterson is pitching the last game of Arizona. So that means it's going to be a possible bullpen game for the first game of the series in San Diego, which is probably not going to be good because it's TBD right now. So that means we're going to have Walker, Stroman, and DeGrom for the 4-game series. Plus, the first game of the series might be a bullpen game, or they might bring up a pitcher, or they just might make Lucchesi pitch that game in San Diego. But we have to wait and see. But at least we know we got the 3 big guys, Stroman, Walker, and DeGrom, pitching in the San Diego series, which gives us a chance to win every one of those games. Christian, absolutely. You know, the Mets have made 11 roster moves on their 40-man and on their current 26-man roster. 25, over the last 2 days. That's insane. And you know what? If somebody would have said to you without knowing any outcome, if the Mets would have made 11 transactions, 17 guys on the IL, people coming off the 40-man like it's like another day, you would think this team is 6 games under 500 and in last place in the division and not going anywhere. But yet the Mets are 26 and 20, 6 games over 500 and playing very well. And we're getting healthier by the day. That's a great call by Christian. 11 roster transactions in 2 days. That's insane. But we're playing well, and that's all we can ask for. Christian, what's up, buddy? Hit on that like button. If you're new to that channel, hit on that subscribe button. And let me tell you guys one more time. If you want to support my channel, I don't have the super chat or the donation chat up just yet. But if you want to donate to the channel, please do it through my PayPal account or my Venmo account. I really appreciate that support. If you can donate to my channel, I really do appreciate it. You know I love the support. Keep on coming in, checking out my videos and my live stream. I really appreciate it. I always shout everybody out who comes on my live stream because I really do appreciate those support. And shout out to Christian for tuning in and coming up with a great comment right there with 11 transactions in 2 days for this New York Mets team. Yeah, I think if I'm assuming Paddock's going to pitch in this series. I really do hope that Alonso goes deep on Paddock so we can shut that guy up because he hasn't been any good since 2019. So, Jonathan, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Once again, guys, if you want to support my channel and give a donation to my channel, those are the 2 links that I got that I can do at the moment until I get my super chat and my donation chat up on YouTube through PayPal and Venmo. It's safe. Don't worry about it. It's secure. If you want to donate to my channel, those are the options that I have at the moment. I really appreciate it if you do. If you don't, I still appreciate the support, guys. Let me check the comments really quick. Jonathan, how you been, buddy? Yeah, you know what? Pete was hot in the beginning, Randy, and then but you know what? I think a lot of his poor at bats was because of the hand injury, and you can see what he can do when he's healthy. He's a beast. Randy, absolutely. Lindor, VR, Peraza, yeah, absolutely. They've all been looking good. Dom Smith as well. They've been looking better. VR and Peraza has been a godsend, no doubt about it. But Dom Smith's got to pick it up a little bit. He's been picking up a little. He hasn't been hitting for power, but he's been walking a little bit more. He's been getting them clutch singles, clutch RBIs. Lindor, the same thing. Absolutely, Randy. And let's give a shout out to the Detroit Tigers for sweeping the Yankees, who are an absolute joke, which is very nice to see. And that's hilarious to me because I said this in the beginning of the year during spring training. I never thought the Yankees were a good team. They don't have a good rotation, and they brought back the same lineup that struggled in the playoffs time and time again. It is the same thing over and over again with that team. And it's so nice to see, like, look, everybody's on social media. Have you noticed how quiet the Yankee fan has been? The Yankee fans only speak up when their team is very good and they're playing well. They never, on Twitter, it's been a ghost. It's been a ghost show for these on my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You haven't heard nothing at all. You see a tweet here and there about a Yankee fan complaining, but that's it. Nothing. It's been actually, it's like somebody like blocked their accounts. They haven't said a word. But when they were playing well, when they were going on that 6-7 game winning streak and winning 8-9 games in a row, Kluber's the best pitcher in baseball. When he got the no-hitter and, this team is great, blah, blah, blah. And then Kluber goes on the injury list, not going to be back for 2 months. And on and on and on. Listen, shout out to the Detroit Tigers. The worst team in baseball swept the New York Yankees. And I've said this from over and over again. This Yankee team is not very good. Their rotation is garbage. And Cole, as great as he is, he's not DeGrom. And you know what? Even DeGrom couldn't help this Yankees team because the rest of the rotation is garbage. So, oh well. Too bad. Haha. Let's see. I'm getting destroyed in fantasy right now. I don't care because I already knew I was going. But yeah, it's all right. Listen, I got beat up a couple of times too. So, you know what? It always happens during in fantasy. You could play great one week and get killed the next. Yeah, Bill, that's what happens with Yankee fans. And that's why I'm not even biased when I say this. No matter if the Mets are bad or good, the Met fans always speak their mind on social media. And that's the biggest problem I have with Yankee fans because we really do know that there's a lot of bandwagon Yankee fans. When the Yankees are good, everybody's a Yankee fan. When the Yankees are bad, you don't hear nothing. And you see it all the time. And like when I'm at work, and obviously I don't know if all of you know, but some of you know, I am a forklift driver at Costco. I wear my Met hat all the time while I'm at work. And I always get all the time, oh, how can you like that team? They never win, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, you should be a Yankee fan. I hear that all the time. And I laugh at their face. And I'm like, the last time I checked, the last New York team to be in a World Series was the Mets. I don't want to hear about the 27 World Championships because about 85% of it was before 1940. So they got to calm down with that. And that was when it was like 6 teams in the league. So they got to relax with that. And if it wasn't for their dynasty in the late 90s, the Yankees have not been very good. They make the playoffs every year. And that's one thing that I'm jealous of. But let's be honest, it's not sustainable. And that's what the problem is with the Yankee fans. And they've been so spoiled for making the playoffs every year. They don't understand that every team in baseball don't go 18 out of the last 20 years of making the playoffs. It's impossible. And it's going to come a time, and I think you're seeing it now, that there's finally good teams in the Yankees division, more than one. For so many years, it's always been the Rays only been the good team in the division. So the Yankees only have to fight with one good team. And that's why they always used to beat up on the Red Sox when they were bad, and the Orioles when they were bad, and with Toronto when they were bad. So they used to get all their victories off of bad teams for years and years. And they would always have to face it off on one team that's been very good. When the Red Sox were very good, the Rays weren't good. The Blue Jays weren't good. The Orioles weren't good. So the Yankees always had one team that they always had to fight off against. Now they got the Rays, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays who are very good. And that's a big problem for the Yankees. If you go, I want you guys, prove me wrong. Look up the last 15 years of the records for the AL East, and you'll see it's very rare that the Yankees had to deal with two solid teams in their division. Because now, if you look at it, the Yankees are even going to have a hard time making the wild card. Because you got teams like the White Sox, the Rays, the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, Oakland, teams in the West, even the Astros, teams in the West and in the AL that are better. There's about 9 good teams that are better than the Yankees, and the Yankees have to fight just to get to a wild card. And look at the stress that they have. They got to play the Rays, the Red Sox, and Toronto. They're in trouble. I'm telling you that right now. But you know what? That's enough of Yankee talk. Let them cry in their own misery in their own pool. Let's go back to the Mets. Mike says, I've been really concerned about Dom. It hasn't been the same great attitude. Dom, absolutely. And I think the biggest problem with Dom, and I hate to say it, I do think the live ball, as they call it, the Super Bowl from the last 2 years, really did not show about the player he is. And in 2019, when he hit that home run, when he came back the last game against the Braves, last game of the season, that was the live ball. In 2020, the same thing. And I think Dom Smith is part of that live ball error, I guess. And it shows that I don't think Dom is a power hitter. I think he's a gap hitter. And I think he's been trying to hit home runs for a while. And I think everybody has to, because everybody, with the Dom squad and everything like that, I don't think Dominic Smith is as good as he's shown in 2020. Only because I think it was more of the live ball. And I think Dom is a good player. I don't think he is the power hitter we were expecting. And that's unfortunate because I really like Dominic Smith. He got a great attitude. He changed basically his career around. He lost all that weight. So you always want to respect that, But I think the Dom has to get back to hitting line drives because he's a gap-to-gap hitter, and I don't think he's a big-time power hitter that we saw last year. Randy, let's see. Rob, what your opinion on long-term contracts, Harper, Miguel Cabrera, Pujols, Trout, Lindor? What's your opinion? Well, you have to understand like the Miguel Cabrera contract and the Pujols contract and the Trout contract. The Harper contract, I never understood because I think Bryce Harper is. It's hard to come up with a better word because I don't like to say this word, but I think Harper's a cancer. And the reason why I say that, I think he brings bad. He has a better, I don't like to use that word cancer, but he brings bad mojo to a team. You saw it with the Nationals. Somehow, some way, it felt like he always brought down the Nationals. And when he got to the Phillies, it seems like he brought down the Phillies. Just with his attitude. I just don't like his attitude. When he's performing well, he's the greatest teammate. When he's slumping, he's the worst teammate. Because you always see it. When he's playing bad and say if he strikes out, he goes to the dugout, he puts his head down, he complains, he bitches, and he doesn't support his player that comes up after him. And the one thing I have to say about Lindor will strike out, get mad at himself, go back to the benches, and is at the top step rooting the next batter on. That's what I like Lindor about. Obviously I want him to hit, but I don't like long-term contracts to answer your question. The reason why is because if the long-term contract, it's for that last missing piece, and that's the only way you were able to sign the guy if he's the missing piece. Miguel Cabrera wasn't the missing piece in Detroit. That's why it was a stupid trade. Albert Pujols was already 32 years old when they gave him that long contract. with the Angels. And the bigger thing with that, even though they gave Mike Trout the big contract, they never put a team around Mike Trout and Albert Pujols. They never got that extra pitcher they needed. Look at them right now. Shohei Ohtani is probably one of the best pitchers in baseball, but they have nobody else in that rotation. They got a really good lineup, and they don't have no pitching to back it up. And if you're going to give Mike Trout a huge contract like that, over $500 million, and you're not going to put the supporting base that he needs around him, then what's the point? The player's going to get the money and the team's going to keep on losing. That's it. So in to close out that comment, to answer your question, Randy, long-term contracts doesn't make sense if you're not going to put a team around that player you're going to give a big contract to. Yep, Jonathan, absolutely. Craig Carton, thank you, God. He picked the Yankees over the Mets. He can continue to be a Yankee fan and cry about it. Oh, you know what? I didn't even see that about Frank with Barstool. Absolutely, that's funny, though. With IBM, big, blue, and boring. That's perfect. Yeah, Nelson, exactly. I know I'm coming back on the Yankees a little bit because I'm trying to catch up on the comments. But yeah, there might be about 2% of the people that are still alive when the Yankees won all those championships, like before the 40s. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they won about 20 world championships before the 40s. So it's like, it's an accomplishment, no doubt. If the Mets won all those championships in their history, you would be supportive of that. You would be talking about that too. But they talk about it like the 27 world championships were in the last 50 years, and they weren't. They were in the last 90 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just crazy to me. The Cardinals are the next best team with the most championships after the Yankees. So it's like, it never made sense to me. Like, you want to be proud of your team's history and all that. That's absolutely cool. You want to represent it, but don't throw it in other fans' face about 27 world championships when the 21-year-old who's saying, 27 world championships. Like, wait a second, you've seen one since you've been alive. So shut up. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I would never do that. I would never throw it in other fans' face about championships that I wasn't even a part of. You want to be proud of your history, of your team's history. You want to represent it. You want to have plaques. You want to have jerseys, hats, memorabilia that shows the history of your world championships. That's awesome. But don't throw it in other fans' face like it's an accomplishment, because it is for the team and to be proud of it. But to throw it in team's face like it matters to me or you, it doesn't. Yeah, absolutely. Philly is made for Harper. I'll give you that, Bill. That's for damn sure. Absolutely. With Philly and Harper, they're hand in hand. The shitty Philly fans and Harper is perfect for each other. And Michael, I like this. I've heard you say it before about Harper, exactly. And there were some people who I wouldn't say criticized, but were saying, "Oh, you're wrong. Harper's an all-star. Harper's a great player." Harper's not a great player. He's an all-star player, but he's in layman's terms and what baseball is now, he's a superstar because he hits the big home runs, the long home runs. But Harper never got to the point in his career where he had sustained superstar status. He'll have an all-star year and then have a down year. And then no matter what, when he became up in a big spot, he always choked when it was with Philly and at the Nationals with the playoffs. And look what happened. As soon as Harper got off the Nationals, they won a World Series. All right, maybe that wasn't the main reason, because the Nationals got hot and their pitchers got hot. And maybe if Harper was a part of the team, they would have won anyway. But it shows you sometimes one player can bring down the whole team. And you see that with a lot of teams. And I think Harper really screwed up the mojo of the Nationals for all those years. There's a reason why the Nationals couldn't win a playoff series. And as soon as Harper leaves, they win a playoff series and win the World Series. It's insane. Hayden, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Cardinals roughed up Bauer a bit. Was good to see. Yeah, you know what? I still think Bauer's a good pitcher. Like I said, I would have. I don't understand why Sandy was offering him $40+ million, and it made no sense to me. But again, he didn't take the offer. He went to the Dodgers. He used us to go to the Dodgers for all that money. But again, I think Bauer's a solid pitcher. I think he would have been okay for the Mets. I don't think he would have been as good as Stroman, but again, that's the Dodgers' problem at the moment. Yeah, Nelson, absolutely. Like I said, there's gonna come a point in time when we're gonna talk about Lindor's contract in 2030, whatever, 32. You know, in 2030, when he's on his 8th year of his contract, we're gonna start talking about Lindor. And is it a success or not? And we're gonna look back at it. If the Mets won 1 or 2 World Series and Lindor was a big part of it, it doesn't matter what they do on the back end of this contract. We might complain a little bit because it might hinder us a little bit. But if we get contracts, if we get championships out of it, and we make the playoffs multiple times, and Lindor is a part of it, then we're going to see a contract, that big contract, as success, no matter what happens on the back end of the contract. You know, nobody's going to complain about the Mark Teixeira contract or the CC Sabathia contract, because even though they weren't as good on the back end of their contract, they brought the Yankees a World Series. You know, you're going to complain about the Harper and the Trout. Well, not really Trout, because, sorry, dropped my mic. About Trout, because Trout's is the best player in baseball. So, but the Pujols contract was a disaster and not worth it because they didn't win a World Series. They didn't even make the playoffs. I think it was one time they did. And we're going to look back 8 years from now when there's 2 years left on Lindor's contract, and we're going to say, was it a success? The only way that contract was a success if this Mets team at least won World Series at the very least and made the playoffs multiple times. That's when it's worth it. And we're not going to know that for a while. So that's what it is at the moment. Let's see. Let's see. Conforto, our right fielder for the future. Excited outfield prospects. I would say yeah. I think the Mets are going to sign him. Only because I think we're going to get a better deal than we think we were going to get at the beginning of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if Conforto gets less than $200 million. Like I said, if Conforto was healthy the whole year and he played well, I think he was looking at a $200 million contract. If it wasn't from us, it would be for somebody else, because that's just the going rate for players like that. I do think that we can get him from under 200 million, maybe 6 years, 170, 160 maybe. Hey, Koosman, you're back. Yeah, so I think we're going to sign Conforto, but I think it's going to be for under 200 million. He might be looking for that because Boris is his agent, but I don't think he's going to get that, honestly. But with Pete Crow, Armstrong, and other outfield prospects that we got, Pete Crow Armstrong looks good. He's injured now. Obviously, he's going to have that surgery, but I do think that Pete Crow Armstrong is going to be a good player. So it's looking good for our future center fielder as long as we don't trade him. I don't think we will. Yeah, Lindor is fun playing. I love him at shortstop. He does need, if Harper or any player had Pilar's heart, they would be a better player. Randy, I don't totally agree with that, because if you notice the last couple of years with Boris clients, Boris had his clients hold out over and over and over again. And look how many of his clients took 1-year deals. And look at Real Muto. Real Muto was expected to get a $200 million contract. And he got 118. And Boris screwed up that too. And Boris has been not reading the market lately and has been losing his clients money, in my opinion. So I wouldn't be surprised if somehow the Mets can get Conforto for less than 180 million, in my opinion, for like 7 or 8 years, or 6 to 7 years. Oh, absolutely, Jonathan. He's a disaster waiting to happen. He's always been like that, you know. Already, absolutely, Jonathan. All right, guys. So I'm gonna be leaving just now. Got to get to work. So don't forget, guys. If you enjoyed this stream, please, if you haven't already, hit on that like button. Hit on that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Christian, let me read. I'm sorry I missed that comment. Prior to the 50s, most teams had serious financial issues. Only 4 to 5 teams on a yearly basis were financially stable. Plus, there was no playoff system until 6. Exactly. Good point. But once again, guys, before I go, if you want to support my channel with a donation, those are the PayPal and Venmo accounts. If you want to support my channel, any donation is appreciated. There's no obligation, obviously. But if you want to support my channel, before my super chat and donation chat is an option on YouTube, this is the only way I can do it at the moment. So please, if you want to support my channel, give a donation to the channel. Use those links anytime. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Enjoy the Met game in a couple of hours. I will see you guys tomorrow before the game. Don't forget, if you haven't, go check out the free Mets bobblehead giveaway that I'm doing. Check out that video. Find out how to enter. The entry will close at the start of the Met game tonight. So you got a couple hours left, 3 hours left. If you haven't entered to win, check out the video on how to enter. I really appreciate it. Randy, I always appreciate your support, and I'm glad I can help you out with your channel anytime. I really appreciate it, guys. Nelson, Coolspin, Randy, Jonathan, Michael, Christian, everybody, Randy, everybody who tune into my stream. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Let's get another W. Joe shows on the mound. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And as always, let's go Mets. One more time, guys. If you want to support my channel with a donation, PayPal, Venmo, I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Let's go Mets. Let's get that W. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.